Hi, I'm Tommy Lee and this is Northern ADV. I am up here on the mile 38 road just north of Sault Ste. Marie. I'm about 10 or 15 miles up on this little gravel road. And I'm just doing a trial run. Next week I'm heading off on a big Western Canada tour. And I highly recommend loading up your bike how you would have it loaded on your tour before your tour. And just go for a little ride like this. See how the bike feels on the highway. See how it feels on the back trails like I am back here. And see how all your gear packs. Maybe there's a few things you can get rid of. Maybe there's something that you forgot and you need to make some room for. So I'm going through and doing all that today. I'm going to go down to the river. I'm going to unload the bike here because it's pretty soft down right by the river. I'll take all the gear, take my bags right off, take it all down to where I'm going to set up, and I'll set everything up and we'll go through the gear and just have a look at what we're bringing up on our tour. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's go have a look inside the tent. You'll notice that this is a cheap tent. I heard it said, I believe it might have been, I believe the gentleman's name is Pavlov with Motorcycle Adventures. And he said the best bike is the bike that you have. And what he was meaning by that is you don't have to have the BMW GS 1200 or whatever the trendy bike is. No, you just have to have something that'll get you out and enjoy yourself. So the same thing to a point can be said with gear. And I don't mean to offend any of the gearheads out there. I've watched a whole bunch of videos where guys are comparing this tent to that tent, this sleeping bag to that one, and so on. And that's all wonderful. But the point I want to make is it's not necessarily necessary. All right? So if you have some gear already, start with that gear. You know, you probably have a sleeping bag. If you're into the outdoors at all, you likely have a tent hanging around. You got a sleeping bag. You might have some cookware. You might have, whatever you have. Start with what you have and then figure out what you need from there to get a good motorcycle camping kit together. So, for starters, this is they call it a 4-man. I think it's best a 2, but it's an Ozark Trail tent. I believe they sell them at Walmart or Canadian Tire or somewhere. For $50. So it pretty much does what you need it to do. This isn't fully set up. I didn't put any of the pegs in or any of the guide wires in the ground or anything. It's just kind of a basic setup. Can be moved around easily. That's why I like dome tents. In soft gravel like this, pegs are almost useless. And sometimes maybe you're camping on really, really hard ground or whatever the case may be. You can pick these darn things up and move them to wherever you need to move them, and they're kind of versatile that way. So I like dome tents for that reason. They're simple, they're quick to set up, and I got enough room inside. I don't have tons of room, and I can't really stand up in this one, but it's okay. Now, with the wires all hooked up, you can picture it. Nothing's really touching the sides of my tent here. So, for an air mattress, some guys are okay with a bedroll or a foam mattress. I like a little more comfort, I have to say, so I just picked up a little blow-up air mattress. Nothing real special, but it holds air and it does the job, and I find it really comfortable. So for me, that's great. This sleeping bag that I have here, it's kind of an all season. It gets a little bit warm in the summertime. I picked this one for the trip first because I already had it, and second off because I'm going to be in northern Canada in September, so I don't know if I'm waking up to snow or what. Yeah, I could get the full gamut of weather on this trip, so I didn't want anything too small, too light. If it's warm out, I won't zip it up. I'll just kind of leave it open. I'll be fine. I like a little more comfort, so I got this little pillow. It's $2 or $3, little inflatable pillow. It's awesome. If you don't want an inflatable pillow, you can take your little backpack with your clothes in it, and you can use that for your pillow, or you can use your motorcycle jacket liner, or whatever you want to use there. I bring this little pump with me. Does a nice quick job on the mattress. It's kind of heavy, but you know what? I'm not all that concerned with weight. I'm concerned with weight, but it's not the be all and end all for me. Okay, that's about it for inside the tent. Anyway, I do keep my my clothes in here. I'll keep my boots. My boots are outside right now because I just took them off. I'm going to air them out a little bit. Now, I have to say, because of where I'm going, I'm not going to be in the bush all the time. Every third night or so, I'm going to get a motel room. Once I get out west, I'm going to be going to visit a couple of my brothers. So one's in just northwest of Calgary. The other one's in southern Alberta, and we're going to probably, hopefully, head up to his cottage up on Kootenay Lake. So we're going to do a little vacationing. So I had to pack accordingly. I had to pack a little more versatility into my my choices here, rather than just some camp clothes. So I brought along a pair of sandals that they're nice sandals. I can wear them around camp, or I can wear them downtown. I brought a pair of running shoes, Skechers running shoes, that are nice with a pair of jeans. I'm probably not going to wear them at the campsite, but there'll be times when you know, I'm hanging around downtown Calgary or something, and I might want those. So I had to pack a little bit extra in the clothing department. Instead of you know, 3 pairs of socks and underwear, I'm opting to pack 5 or 6 of each. It really gives you the option of waiting 5 or 6 days to wash your clothes, instead of having to plan on every third day finding a laundromat or doing whatever you need to do to get your clothes clean. So I like to have that a little extra. I brought along 2 short sleeve shirts and 2 long sleeve shirts. This one that I'm wearing today is cotton, but everything I'm bringing on the trip with me is more of a rayon, Dacron, or whatever the fabric is. It's it wicks the moisture away a little better than the cotton clothes. Okay, let's go back outside. We'll have a look at my kitchen kit and some of the other items that I brought along. Okay. So, for me, what some might consider a luxury item, for me this is an essential item. This is an awesome little fold-up camp chair. This one's by Sportneer. I love it. It comes down into this this tiny little pack here. This thing is so darn comfortable. You know, it's actually a great little item. Anyway, that was probably $30 or something. I've seen these for about 160. $30. There's not a thing wrong with this little chair. This little table beside me, you know, some of you probably have these kicking around. I packed it today just to see if I would like it, if I'd find it useful. It's about 15 bucks from Bass Pro. You can get them anywhere. It doesn't fold down as small as this chair, so it ends up being a little longer package. But that's fine on my bike. It goes across the bike. It's perfect size-wise for that kind of thing. Packing cubes. I never thought to use these before, but I watched a few videos of guys using them. You know what? They're pretty handy. This is just my personal items. I've got my toiletries in there. I've got some wet wipes. I've got a couple extra, lighters and the odd flashlight and a few things like that in there. My kitchen kit. Sorry, I have it kind of spread out here right now. I've got this nice little Coleman kit that kind of all folds up together. So you've got a little frying pan, you've got a bowl. I guess that one goes inside like that. You've got a nice little pot here for boiling water or cooking something in, a little bit of rice or something. That'll go in there, and I guess this lid goes upside down there. And a nice little cup for a morning cup of coffee. So that all goes in there somehow. This lid, the handle comes off. I think this guy comes over top, makes a nice little package. That's all you need. That was like 10 bucks. There's my cookware system. I got this awesome little stove. They're a dime a dozen. This little guy is, it's got a little igniter on there. It's very compact. It folds out and, I don't know, it's like 4 bucks. It's crazy cheap. You can pay a lot of money for these, but you really don't have to. So, you gotta save it where you can. I've got a spork. I like my little spork. Pretty straightforward. I've got a kitchen knife, and that can also be used for filleting a little trout or whatever. I've got my bottle opener, both for the beer bottles or whatever. A little bit of a can opener end on it here, corkscrew, and another knife. I've got a little first aid kit. I just ordered this little red bag online for like a buck and a half. And then I filled it with the things that I'm comfortable using and some of the more common things that I might need. Sometimes I have a sore thumb, the base of my thumb. I've got a little bit of arthritis, whatever. I've got a little brace I can throw on there. I do have a pair of latex gloves in here. I've got a triangular bandage to make a sling if I need to make a sling. I've got some of your handy dandy little first aid ointment stuff. Some band-aids, tweezers with a magnifying glass on them for getting those nasty little slivers out. And just some gauze and scissors and tape and some little alcohol wipes and a few things. Nothing major, but enough that that I can get by with. If I have to get a little creative and make a splint, I've got my hunting knife here. There's wood all over the place, and I've got some gauze I can wrap stuff up in. I think there's some tape around here too. If not, I'll definitely be throwing a roll of duct tape in to my pack before the trip. So that's my kitchen kit, my personal kit. This little kit goes in my tank bag, and it's basically just camera equipment. I've got an extra camera. There's one on my bike, extra one here. Some microphones, a few little you know, selfie stick type deals. If it's raining and I want to do some filming, I do carry the little waterproof unit here if I want to get creative and film in the creek. I don't know. So anyway, I carry that. Also in my tank bag, I have a little TomTom GPS unit, just as a backup. I'm probably not going to use it. Really, I can find my way across Canada, no problem. I'm pretty good with geography, and I've got a cell phone that has Google Maps and everything on it. But anyway, the TomTom is a good backup to have if I get into a situation where I don't know, just in case I need it, it's here. Doesn't take up much space. I'll throw a little water bottle or something in there. So also in the tank bag, I have my glasses. I do wear glasses occasionally. I have my mouse and my power cord for my laptop. My laptop I keep in this nice little protective sleeve. Doesn't take up much room. I just brought it along today just to pack it, just to try to be real, to try to recreate what the trip's gonna entail. Some extra memory cards and spare batteries and a phone charger and, you know, a few of those type of things. I have a backup stove. So this little guy just folds out, and you've seen these. They, I'm not going to put it all together now, but they use those little fuel canisters, those little alcohol canisters, whatever's in those. And yeah, so anyway, it comes kind of like that, and I could cook something on there. If I didn't have one of those little canisters, which I don't right now, you can easily have a little fire under there and cook your food on that too. For my little stove earlier, I do have little fuel cylinder. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around here a little bit and we'll have a look at a few other little things. Oh, I got a nice little view of the river in behind here too. Anyway, I've got this this Camelback hydration pack thingy. I've never used it, but I figure 3 weeks on the road, you know what, I'll probably put that to good use. So I didn't put anything in it today. I have a week before I go. I think I'm just going to save that and I'll try it on the road as I go. My hunting knife is, you know, it's kind of your all-around little handy dandy hunting knife. It's big enough and solid enough I can cut up wood with it or whatever I need to do. A little shovel or garden spade really, and we won't get into all the many uses for this, but you kind of get the idea of why you might want to have something like that with you. I like to be clean, so I've got a little brush and dustpan for keeping the tent clean. I've got a little telescopic fishing rod here that's I picked it up for, you know, $2 or $3 online. I already had the little reel. It's an awesome little fishing reel. And that's so easy to pack. It doesn't take up any space. And when would you not want a fishing rod, really? So, got that. I got this, you know, little Plano case here. And realistically, if I'm fishing on my travels, I'm looking for little trout streams and stuff. So, you know, I got a couple of little Mepps spinners, a rooster tail, some little Lucky Strike willow leaf spinners, some split shot sinkers, swivel connectors. You know, that's about all you need. You can really catch anything with that little kit. I'm not going to be buying worms here and there. If I need a worm or something for bait, I'll find one under a rock. But I do have a little pack of Berkeley Gulp imitation bait that I find works pretty amazingly well. It's pretty good stuff. So between that, I can do a little bit of fishing. If you don't know, I do have my prospector's license. I like to do a little panning every once in a while, taking local rules into consideration, of course. So with me, I'm bringing just my small gold pan, especially because if I end up in the Yukon, you're kind of in the right place for that, or northern BC along the Fraser, different places might be handy. So there's a little gold pan just to pass a bit of time. I've got this homemade hand sluice that I'm not allowed to use here in Ontario. Probably shouldn't even have it with me today, but just wanted to show you and get it into my pack. So there's places out west where I am allowed to use that. So I'll have one, just because you never know. I brought my gauntlets. These are nice and warm. Just for riding when it gets a little cooler out west, up in the mountains. It'd be nice to have. I have the liner for my motorcycle jacket. This thing's warm, and I might even pack a sweater too. I don't know, one of those little fold-up, fluffy jackets or something. But this is kind of quilted. It really makes a huge difference. Keeps you nice and warm. But again, I'm not wearing it now. It's 25 degrees today. It's gorgeous, but you have to pack it, because if you don't pack it and you don't have room for it, you're kind of forced to wear it out there, and you don't want that to happen. So it's not really bug season anymore, but a bug hat is just a little precautionary extra. There's nothing worse than camping somewhere and the black flies are bad or the mosquitoes are bad. It'll drive you absolutely bonkers. I don't like to rub a lot of bug dope all over me. There's a need for it sometimes, but that just makes things a little more pleasant when the flies are bad. Just to give you a little peace of mind when you're setting up your tent and whatnot. The advantage of hard square cases is that you don't need that little table. So these are awesome side bags and a top box, but they're kind of useless for a table unless you can find yourself a piece of plywood and use them for legs and put a board across or something. But they're not all that useful. But they are what they are. That's about all my gear. When I actually go on the trip next week, I might not have something, and I might have something extra, but for today we'll kind of leave it at that, and I'll see you when we get the bike packed up here again. I'm gonna have a little nap since I'm out here.